Hello and welcome to Inside the Memorial, a show that talks a little bit about behind-the-scenes events here at the War Memorial in Grosse Pointe Farms, Michigan. We are a unique space that really celebrates community through arts and education and our commitment to honoring veterans. My name is Maria Miller, and I'm your host for today. Today we have a very, very special guest. I'm excited to speak with her. She is zooming in all the way from across the Atlantic by way of France. She is a sculpture artist, and she has installed pieces all over the country, and most importantly, right here on our lawn at the War Memorial. We have the only sister of the statue of Le Brave that is located on the shores of Omaha Beach. And I would like to introduce you and welcome Miss Anilore Banon. Hi, Anilore. Thank you for being here.
Hello, Maria. Oh, thank you for inviting me.
This is just so exciting. As we are approaching the 80th anniversary of D-Day, we have celebrations here that we plan on having. And I think about really D-Day across the country in the United States. And it's not a national holiday for us. However, many areas do celebrate D-Day. But I'm sure it's not to the extent that the French people do. Can you tell us a little bit about what your celebrations are like for D-Day?
Oh, it's very important here, and especially this year because it's the 80th anniversary of D-Day. So we are having an international celebration this time. So I think we have maybe a number of head of state that are quite unusual, and all of the ceremony, not all, but the June 6th ceremony will be in front of Les Braves on Omaha. So it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. And then of course after that there is the American Cemetery celebration. It's just after.
And I think you shared with me before that every year they celebrate, but on different beaches, and this year it just happens to be on the beach.
Yeah, we have every year, June 6th is celebrated in France, in all different, even this year, it will be in a lot of different, but there is the official celebration. This year will take place on Omaha Beach in front of Les Braves. So it's really, it was like that 20 years ago. When I created the sculpture, and 20 years later, here we are with his mirror sculpture with you.
With us. I know. It's fantastic. And I love the sculpture. The sculpture is, it's very wispy in a way. And yet, I think, the metal allows all the elements of the earth to kind of reflect on it, which is a beautiful thing. So I enjoy looking at the sculpture at different times of the day. The sunrise on it is amazing. I feel so blessed that I am right here on this property and I can see it all the time. Will you be there on D-Day to help with the festivities in France and over there on Omaha Beach?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. I will be there. And then there is something even, there is another event because it's the Olympic torch is going to stop in front of Les Braves too. On the May 30th, so one of the stop will be there. So that would be very moving. This and D-Day, Les Braves are really being honored too. So it's quite amazing.
That's fantastic to have the torch pass there. Oh my goodness, I give goosebumps knowing that.
But I'm taking on what you just said, because really it was important for me to use the surfacing of Les Braves so that it will take all the light at different time of the day, so that it's very much alive, because it's about really the fact that all the sacrifice is alive every day, because we all live free and we have our freedom back because of the bravery. So it's not about all the people that unfortunately died there. Of course it is, but it's also because it's the eternity of their sacrifice. It's life comes out of it. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted the sculpture to be very much alive too, and pick up all the different light of the day and night. So I'm happy you feel it.
Yes, that is fascinating, really, to be able to create a piece that has energy around it. I suppose, is what I'm hearing. There's, for it lives and breathes in its own way.
A lot of people put their energy into it. That must be it too.
Well, when you first, so it was dedicated for the 60th anniversary of D-Day, so 20 years ago. But how long was it in the making over there?
Oh, it was the whole project from really the conception in your head. I mean, the first thing of light to the inauguration is 3 years.
Oh my goodness!
It is really 3 years, and most of it was. A lot of it is the administrative work because you need so many authorizations.
That's what I wanted to ask you. What did it take to get something installed on the beach? That couldn't have been an easy task.
It take craziness maybe to think that you can do it, or innocence or something like that. Because I talked to the mayor of Omaha. And Omaha is three small towns, and so one of the town, I talked to the mayor, and he said, "Oh, it would be wonderful." So I thought that was it, but of course not. Then there is so many, the literal, we have so many institutions that were concerned, and but my first concern was to ask the veterans and to see if they gave me their heart or soul's authorization. That was really because I wanted to make sure that it was something that was not hurting or you don't know. The way I was seeing it, I hope it was shared. And really their answer was wonderful, because they told me, please just do it, because there is nothing on those beaches, and we left all our life is there. Oh. And so I had this super authorization. So all the people that told me you cannot do it, then you say, yes, of course I can, because they said they want it. so then you do,
I love that. Yeah. What are you going to say to a veteran? Are you going to tell them no?
You don't do this. but it was really a lot of human bonding. The making, the factories, the people in it, everybody was really, we all feel more enriched, is it the proper word? Yeah. With working on that project, really. We shared a lot of emotion, and it felt right to do it. So
that's interesting that you said everybody working on it, felt emotion. It was the same for the project here. The folks who, moved the earth and, bore down 25 feet, I think, to anchor it in, and those who just very gently and carefully supported with the cranes and get the wings in place. There was a lot of love and pride in installing that from the ground crew. I mean, they were fabulous.
Oh, really? We felt it here too, and the connection between the crew here and there. It's wonderful when the project like that bring people together. And so even all the team, because I kept the same team in France to do the Les Braves in the War Memorial. So it's the same team here. So they were very moved to work with your team and with all the people there. So it's about humans. So that's really great. It's really great.
Well, and I love if the Les Braves, for those who haven't seen it, come here. If you live in the area, please come and take it in. It's a beautiful sculpture. It has 3 thematic elements essentially, and I love the center that to me is the center is rise up and almost be brave. You have the wings on each side, but I can explain it not as well as you, so would you mind just sharing kind of the thematic elements, or just, how do you boil it down for somebody who's never looked at it?
Oh, really? I wanted to have a real energy coming out of the sand, and the center is, of course, a major focus, because that's where they're raising back from the sand. It's the eternity of sacrifice I was talking about, and I wanted that feeling that the energy and the souls and the people that left their life there are resurging, and so it's about this energy, but they are surrounded because you cannot do all this alone. So I wanted to have around the wings of hope and the wings of fraternity, because again, if you're not connected with other people helping, nothing can be done. You can do so much when you're alone, but if people come with you and help and put their energy and their face into the success of this, and so that's why I really wanted to have also these wings they have a shape of sails also, because for us the sea brought us freedom, and so we have these images of D-Day with people coming from all these young men coming really by the sea. So the sea, I wanted to render the sea somewhere. So the wings are sails also, and so that's how you pronounce it, sails. Yeah,
sails. You said it. Yeah, you got it. Yes.
Oh, that was good.
How is it? How do you say it in French?
Voile, les voiles.
Voile.
Les voiles. Oui, les voiles. Les voiles des bateaux. And especially today when we see that we thought we were through with the wars and barbarism, but obviously we're not through.
We're not through.
So,
we're not through.
No, we're not.
We're not. I think, as I've looked at some of the art pieces that you've done, they are installed all over. How did you get your start as an artist? And do you remember your first piece being somebody asking for it to, be placed somewhere? How did that work?
This is an interesting question, because it's you have two type of artwork for me. I mean, there is two way of doing this. Sometimes people ask me, it's a command, and they ask me to create. Of course, I have always total liberty about what I'm doing, but so sometimes it's because there is a special event and they ask me, could you do something like for Saint-Exupéry, Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, and it was the anniversary of his death, and so they decide to make a big event in France. So they asked me to do something, a tribute to Saint-Exupéry. So that was very moving, because this everybody has read Le Petit Prince, the Little Prince. You might have. I mean, it's all over the world, and so that was really very very moving, because it was to celebrate somebody that has all this, the spirit of what he wrote. I'm so much close to that, very positive and trying to connect people all the time. All my work is about that, is bringing people together. But then you have the other way, when I am convinced about a work that I want to do, like the one I'm doing right now about the oceans. I'm doing a sculpture called Tears of the Seas, and it's about the preciosity of water and how we can get together to solve that problem. But here it's different. Nobody asked me to do it. It's my work, like for Les Braves, and so I do it, and then I find a place, a location that's appropriate, and the whole enterprise starts about how to, step by step by step. So that's the way, sometimes it's really a conviction that this has to be done. And so I do it, and I put a team together, and then we find the place, and like for the moon, like for the Moon Project is the same.
Oh yes, which we're going to definitely talk about, the Moon Project. Were all of your projects, was there anything on a small scale, or are they all more monumental? And
larger
structure?
there is a small scale. For one reason is that I always do the same sculpture smaller. Like if you can see in the back, you have here. This was the study. I have a lot of study for Les Braves that I've done in my studio. So I always work in a smaller scale to see how things are working into space, the flow, the energy, and then I do the big one. So I have, but I do monumental work not because I want to do big things, but because I want to be in direct with the public, with the people, directly, not being a very elitist art that you have to go to a special dedicated place. I want to have a discussion with the people in the street. So, and the size, if you talk about courage, you cannot have it small. I mean, you have to have it. People have to look up and raise their head to look at it. So
absolutely. So I think you're right, because and I think what I appreciate about your artwork is the sense of unity. And that seems to be the common thread with all of your pieces, and unity, and we're in it, we're together and we're all one, which would lead me to the Moon Project. If you want to share, I'd love to hear more about it, because I don't know where the current status is. So, yeah, I know.
So
we all have our handprints here at the War Memorial on this project.
Yes.
So please share.
Yes. I'm happy that you are part of this. It's an odyssey, because I started this project maybe a bit more than 8 years ago. So you see, but every step of the project is an artwork in itself. So it doesn't matter, how long it takes. But I wanted to the origin of vitae. I called it vitae, which is life in Latin. I'm always about life. But it's to try to see why we can get together, but only the fraternity that we can see when people are facing catastrophes, or will it be climate catastrophes or terrorism, or where people are all banding together, and there is a unity that's so emotionally strong. And I was there in Paris, like a lot of people, when we had the terrorist attack. We had so many. And we were in the street, marching. And really, I realized that, you feel in a way good, because this is what fraternity is all about. And all religion, generation together, But then at the same time, you see, how come we cannot do this for creating, innovating? Why do we get along only because we cry together? Can we also create together, innovate together, and get together for positive things? So that was really the contrast when I was marching there and being in touch with this fraternity, but also thinking, why don't we do something that's really strong and give us hope? At the contrary, putting people together for hope. So that was the origin of Vitae. So I said, okay, I'm going to do a sculpture that will bring people together, but the whole planet. So, and they participate. So that's why there is 1 million handprints that I'm collecting around the world, including the War Memorial, of course. And they are imprint on the sculpture that's alive, because I wanted it to have this sense of vital energy. So it closes as a cocoon during the day and opens at night, and all humanity inside deploys. And I was looking for the proper place for sculpture like that will really put people equally, talk to people equally around the planet. So I couldn't find it. And when somebody told me about some NASA meeting, and they told me about what they were doing on the moon, then I said, of course, it's the moon. The moon is the place to do this, because we all look at the same thing. Anybody on Earth look at the same thing. And so that synchronicity, I thought it was amazing. Yes. So then we started with 8 years. Now you understand why it's 8 years. Because
yes. Well, it's a little, just a wee bit ambitious of you anyway, but go ahead.
But, it was, I think I wanted something that made people really dream really hard. And so I thought that there is a magic with the moon. There is something that reminds us when we were small, where everything is possible. So I wanted to get that at the moment with everything is scary. We only have images that scares you. There is no other way, there is fear all over. And so this young generation, I was very worried that how can they project themselves in the future with all the news that they have and in all fields. So maybe, being part of a project that will take them, in another dimension and saying, okay, if that's possible, then everything is possible. So you go with your dreams and, dare. So that's the whole idea of this project. And we've done a lot of steps. We went to the International Space Station to test it with SpaceX. So with the first flight of SpaceX, in fact. And so we tested in the ISS. So that was quite something.
Does it work? Does it open and close?
It worked. And it's absolutely, so thank God it worked. But, and then we had a lot of we sent a small V-Day with the latest Astrobotic rover. And now we're on the last step, the final step. So we are finishing some R&D for the real sculpture that will go to the moon.
And do you still need? How many handprints do you have? Do you have your million yet?
Oh, we still have room. We still have room because if people want to, they go to the V-Day project and they put their hand there, and of course it's free and they go on it. So get aboard. We take you.
Get aboard. We will take you to the moon. At least your handprint. I love it. What is the website for that? If people wanted to go to
V-Day project. VITAE V-Day project. Yeah. Okay. Or they go on my website and they will join it from my website.
Wonderful. And we'll give you opportunity. Yeah, and we'll definitely make sure we get how we can connect with you. But now I have to brag on you a little bit, Anilore. I just heard that you received an award from the International Women Forum, Women Who Make a Difference. Was that this year? That was just recently?
It will happen next week. I'm flying to New York next week for that. And I'm so honored because all these women are amazing. So
and you are so amazing. I mean, all the work that you've done and the meaning and the intent behind it, it's selfless, and you deserve it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is so
Thank you.
So sweet.
I hope I will come back soon to see you over there. We had a wonderful moment for the inauguration.
We did.
It was amazing.
Well, I will be out there, and we'll come connect with you as I plan on visiting in the fall. So it'll be a good time. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, absolutely.
Can you give us another website? Just how can people find out more about you, about your projects?
Oh, but they can go on Anilore Banon, my website, .net.
.net.
And and the other one is vitaiproject.com or Instagram. I'm on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I share some of the fun stuff.
And we have links through thewarmemorial.org as well. So if you can't find Anilore, come directly to us folks, and we'll connect you to her. That is great. Well, Anilore, I want to tell you about the things we're doing for D-Day. We have 6 at 6, so June 6th at 6 o'clock. We have, I know, we have a brigadier general and some we have 3 World War II veterans that will give remarks. And, the ceremony will be a beautiful remembrance. The ceremony won't be real long. It'll be a short ceremony, but meaningful. And we're actually having a flyover and an air show, which will be just so much fun. And we'll have the Rhythm Society Orchestra will be doing a USO style performance, and then we've just got other things that are in the works for that day. So anybody who is listening, it's free to the public. We just would like folks to register so we can get an appropriate head count. We'll have food trucks and beverages available for sale. So we'll be celebrating with you, but 6 hours behind.
So maybe I can join, 6 hours behind. I can have both celebrations.
There you go.
But I'm sure it's going to be wonderful.
Thank you.
The location, War Memorial, is such a beauty that really, I'm sure that you're going to have so many people coming. It will be great.
And we're honored to have your sister sculpture here. It is just such a fitting space. The day is clear enough that I can look out the window and see Canada on the other side. So it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really nice to be able to have. I mean, we're on international waters too. I suppose the Les Braves, can you see England on the other side of the English Channel from there, or no? It's probably too vast.
Yes, sometime when really the weather is good.
Yeah, same here.
We can also. But it's true, we have the same spirit of it. That's why I love very much to do it at the War Memorial, because we have the water behind you, and so the symbolism is just good between the two places.
Absolutely,
it is really.
You have England, we have Canada across from us, so.
And this time I think we're going to have your president with us on June 6th. Maybe he can do it. He could come back on time for yours,
He could come back. Yes, he could. That would be nice. So we would welcome him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Thank you so much for being my guest today on Inside the Memorial. I'm really happy that you took a few minutes to share yourself with us. And for any listeners tuning in, thank you so much for taking the time to check us out. If you like what you see, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And certainly you can find more information out about us at warmemorial.org. And again, we're on Instagram as well, and LinkedIn, Facebook, and all that stuff. So thank you.
Thank you, Marianne. Please say hello to all the team that you have, a wonderful team at the War.
Sure will. Please. Thank you, Anilore.
Thank you.